Oh my gosh, that is not a bluegill. That is not a bluegill. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's a monster. What's going on, everybody? Nick from 618 Fishing here, and welcome back to another fishing adventure.
Something tells me there's a good time coming. Just wait and see. You got to put a little faith in something, might as well be with me.
In this episode, we are heading to the Pond of Giants, and the goal is simple. That being to catch a big fish out of this small pond.
The floor's open, come and take my hand. I'm a bad rammer jammer, yes you know I am. And the band's hitting harder than a battering ram, getting everybody out there to see. Yeah.
We have made it out to the Pond of Giants, and the first step to completing our goal of catching a big fish will be to catch some fresh bait. And to do so, I have a couple options. I brought some night crawlers, and I also have my cast net. Let's get started. Let's go ahead and start by throwing out the cast net. All right, you guys, I just caught a small bluegill. He's definitely on the smaller side, but let's give him a try. I was able to catch a couple very small bluegill, but that is about it. So let's go ahead and hop in the kayak and try to target some of these more shaded areas. The sun is directly overhead. I believe that most of the bait fish and the predators, for that matter, will be hiding in these shaded areas. So that is where I will be targeting.
Tonight has been a long time coming. Now I can finally see. Everybody puts a faith in something, might as well be with me.
Oh, I got something. Awesome. No way, you guys. I just caught a really decent sized bass with the cast net. I also caught another tiny bluegill. Well, this guy is a little bit too big to use as bait. Let's go ahead and let him go. See you later, buddy. I will, however, keep this other small bluegill. I've got a handful of bait fish. Let's target a monster. Here we go, first cast. All right, guys, something just picked up the bait. They're swimming off with it. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it. This bass picked up that bluegill. Dang. All right, let's go ahead and let him go. We're after something a whole lot bigger than this. See you later, buddy. I was able to catch a handful of some giant live baits. Let's go ahead and rig one up and try to catch a monster. Look at the size of this bait. All right, here we go. All right, guys, something has the bait. There we go, fish on. Oh no. It broke me off. That was a big fish. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Finally had a bite. And he broke me off. That is so frustrating. Okay, I have to get another bait out there. Hopefully we get another chance. Whatever that was big. There we go, fish on. Oh, decent fish. There we go. Oh my gosh, it is a rough looking bass, but I will take it. Biggest fish of the day. See you later, buddy. Finally, after fishing all day, we were able to catch a decent fish, but that was by no means a monster. We have a little bit of daylight left. Hopefully the big fish will start biting. The search for a monster fish out of this pond continues. I came back out for the evening bite. Hopefully we can make it happen. All right, guys, first step obviously is going to be to catch some fresh bait. Oh my gosh, that is not a bluegill. That is not a bluegill. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's a monster. You've got to be kidding. No way. No way. I was just trying to catch a bluegill. We hooked into a big fish. No way. I don't know if we're gonna be able to land him, guys. Holy smokes, he picked up a tiny piece of night crawler on a tiny hook. That is so wild. On my very first cast. Let's see if we can land him. I hope he's not quite done yet. Not quite, not quite. What a beast. I was not expecting to hook into this fish right now. I was trying to catch a small bluegill. This is the literal opposite. This is what I was trying to use the small bluegill to catch. Man, he's a fighter. Hopefully we can land him. He is just refusing to quit. This line is very thin. I'm using 4-pound test on my ultralight. I didn't bring my net over here because I was just planning on catching some small bluegill. So landing this guy is going to be a little tricky. Oh my gosh, what a beast. No, 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 no. Dang it, almost had him. There we go. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's a really nice catfish. No way. I cannot believe I just caught this with a tiny piece of worm on my ultralight. Barely hooked in the corner of the mouth. Look at the size of this hook. A tiny, tiny, tiny J hook just caught this really nice channel catfish. Just over 7.5 pounds. What an absolute beast. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and let this beauty go. See you later, buddy. Wow, that was incredible. I am in complete shock right now. I brought a ton of catfish rods out here with me today, way more than what I brought on my first day out. And literally on my first cast with my ultralight of all rods, I caught a fish that I was trying to catch all day on day one. I am so pumped. Let's try to catch some fresh bait and try to catch an even bigger one. Here is what my bait looked like that caught that really nice channel catfish. A tiny piece of worm on a tiny J hook. I must have casted this directly in front of that guy's face because he picked it up almost immediately. Okay, I've got another piece of night crawler rigged up. Let's try to catch another bait. But if I hook into another catfish, I'll be honest, I will not be disappointed. Here we go. All right, guys, finally caught a nice sized bluegill. Let's use them for bait. Okay, I've got my baits out there. Now we just have to wait. There we go, fish on. All right. Not a monster, but I will take it, especially at this point. See you later, buddy. I only had a short amount of time to fish today, and unfortunately, that time is up. It's been tough. It was just as tough as day one, but there was one big difference, and that came in the shape of that 7.5 pound channel catfish. And it's funny because I brought a ton of catfishing gear out here today, and I caught that fish using my ultralight with a tiny piece of night crawler. Overall, I had a lot of fun. If you guys enjoyed this episode, I'd really appreciate it if you left a thumbs up. Possibly think about subscribing if you haven't. I will catch you guys on the next one.
It's heating up in here, oh hot damn. I can barely feel my body, but I still can't nest. There's no end to a party like the one we're at. So keep going till they tell us to leave.
Let's toss this bad boy right up next to those trees. I think there could be some good bait fish hiding in there, or not. Whew, that was close. Almost lost my net.